Imagine walking through a dark valley where shadows loom, threatening to engulf you. Suddenly, a guiding light appears, offering comfort and protection. What if this light could be with you always, no matter where you go? Today, we dive into the heart of one of the most powerful and comforting passages ever written. Have you ever felt lost, like no one understands your struggles? What if there were words that could bring peace to your soul and clarity to your mind? The words we're about to explore have done just that, countless people across centuries. Picture this, a shepherd guiding his flock through green pastures and still waters. What can we learn from this timeless imagery? How can this ancient wisdom apply to our hectic modern lives? Stay tuned as we unlock the secrets and profound truths hidden within these verses. Do you crave a sense of security and rest? Are you looking for inspiration that stands the test of time? We're about to uncover how these powerful words can transform your daily life. Ready to experience a journey of faith, hope, and renewal? Let's dive in and explore the depths of Psalm 23 together. You won't want to miss this. The imagery of God as a shepherd is one of the most comforting and relatable metaphors found in religious texts. A shepherd's primary role is to guide and care for their flock, ensuring their safety and well-being. In this context, God is depicted as a shepherd who diligently watches over his people, providing them with the guidance and protection they need. This metaphor reassures believers that they are not alone, and that a higher power is always looking out for them. A shepherd's responsibilities include leading the sheep to safe pastures, protecting them from predators, and caring for their needs. Similarly, God is seen as leading his followers to places of safety and abundance, shielding them from harm, and tending to their needs. This nurturing role highlights the close and personal relationship between the divine and the believers, suggesting a deep, caring connection. The pastoral image also includes the idea of the shepherd knowing each sheep individually. This suggests that God knows each person intimately, understanding their unique needs and concerns. It emphasizes the personal attention and care that God provides, making each believer feel valued and loved. This individual attention is comforting and assures believers that they are important in the eyes of God. Additionally, the shepherd metaphor underscores the dependence of the sheep on their shepherd. Just as sheep rely on their shepherd for guidance and protection, believers are encouraged to depend on God for direction and care. This reliance fosters a sense of trust and faith, encouraging believers to lean on God during times of uncertainty and difficulty. In essence, the depiction of God as a shepherd encapsulates the themes of guidance, protection, provision, and a personal relationship. It is a powerful image that conveys the nurturing and caring nature of God, offering reassurance and comfort to those who follow him. Before we dive into today's content, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you enjoy our videos and want to see more exciting content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. It's the best way to support us and stay updated on all the new meditations and videos we share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for being part of our community. Now, enjoy the video. The promise that nothing shall be lacking is a profound assurance of divine provision. This statement suggests that God will supply all the needs of his followers, both spiritually and materially. It is a declaration of God's commitment to taking care of his people, ensuring that they do not want for anything essential. This promise of provision is not limited to just physical needs, but also encompasses spiritual and emotional needs. God provides comfort, peace, and guidance, which are just as crucial as food, shelter, and clothing. This holistic approach to provision highlights the comprehensive care that God offers, addressing every aspect of a believer's life. Material provision is often the first thing that comes to mind, but the spiritual aspect is equally important. The idea that God will provide spiritual nourishment suggests that he will offer wisdom, strength, and faith to navigate life's challenges. This spiritual sustenance is vital for maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. Furthermore, promise of provision includes the idea of abundance. It is not just about meeting the bare minimum needs, but about providing in abundance, ensuring that believers have more than enough. This abundance is a reflection of God's generosity and love, emphasizing the overflowing nature of His blessing. In summary, the assurance of provision underscores God's role as a provider and caretaker. It reassures believers that they will be taken care of in every aspect of their lives, fostering a sense of security and trust in God's unwavering support. The metaphors of green pastures and still waters evoke images of peace and renewal. These images suggest a place of rest and tranquility, where believers can find respite from the stresses and strains of life. It is a promise of divine rest and rejuvenation, providing a sanctuary where one can recharge and find peace. Green pastures symbolize abundance and nourishment, offering a place where the sheep can graze and rest. For believers, this represents a place where they can find spiritual nourishment and rest, away from the chaos of the world. It is a reminder that God provides not just for physical needs, but also for spiritual well-being. Still waters, on the other hand, represent calm and serenity. They suggest a place where one can find peace and quiet, away from the turbulence of life. This metaphor emphasizes the importance of finding moments of calm and reflection, where one can reconnect with their faith and find inner peace. These images of rest and renewal are crucial in a fast-paced and demanding world. They remind believers of the importance of taking time to rest and rejuvenate, both physically and spiritually. It is a call to slow down and find moments of peace in the presence of God. In conclusion, the metaphors of green pastures and still waters highlight the importance of rest and renewal in the life of a believer. They offer a vision of divine peace and tranquility, providing a source of comfort and rejuvenation in a busy and stressful world. The idea of divine guidance is deeply comforting, especially when we think about the phrase paths of righteousness. Imagine being on a journey and knowing that someone who truly cares about you is leading you down the best possible route. That's what it's like when we talk about God's leadership. It's not just about avoiding wrong turns. It's about walking a path that honors God's name. When we follow these paths, it's like we're reflecting His goodness and wisdom in our lives. Following the right paths isn't always the easiest choice, though. Sometimes it means making sacrifices or standing up for what's right, even when it's unpopular. It's about integrity and making decisions that align with God's values, not just our own desires. But the beauty of it is that when we choose these paths, we find a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's like having a roadmap that, although it might lead us through some tough climbs, ultimately takes us to the most breathtaking views. When we trust in God's guidance, it's like we're saying, "I believe you know better than I do." This trust can bring a lot of peace, especially in times of uncertainty. Instead of being paralyzed by endless choices, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that we're being led in the right direction. It's like having a built-in GPS that not only shows us the way, but also keeps us safe from harm. Moreover, walking in paths of righteousness isn't just about our own journey. It impacts those around us too. When we live our lives according to God's principles, we set an example for others. It's like being a light in the darkness, showing others that there's a better way to live. This can be incredibly powerful and transformative, not just for us, but for our communities as well. Ultimately, following these righteous paths brings honor to God's name. It's a way of saying, "I'm living my life in a way that reflects your love and wisdom." And in doing so, we not only find our way, but also help others find theirs. It's a beautiful cycle. Guidance, trust, and honor makes our journey worthwhile. The phrase, "even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death," paints a vivid picture of the challenges we face in life. It's like walking through a dark, scary place where danger lurks around every corner. But the incredible part of this passage is the assurance that we are not alone. God's protection and presence are with us, even in the most frightening situations. When we think about this protection, it's not just a vague promise. It's a tangible sense of safety that we can feel deep within. Even when everything around us seems chaotic, there's a calm that comes from knowing God is with us. It's like having a shield that deflects the worst of the blows, allowing us to keep moving forward. This kind of confidence is invaluable, especially when we're facing tough times. Having God by our side in these dark valleys doesn't mean we won't face difficulties. We will. but it means we have the strength and courage to face them head on. It's like having a strong hand to hold on to when the path gets rough. This support helps us to keep going, even when we'd rather give up. Knowing that God is with us gives us the resilience to push through. Moreover, this divine protection is also a reminder of God's unwavering love for us. Even in our darkest moments, He doesn't abandon us. It's like having a loyal friend who sticks by us no matter what. This loyalty is a testament to God's commitment to our well-being. He's there to guide us, protect us, and bring us safely through whatever challenges we face. In the end, walking through the valley of the shadow of death with God by our side transforms our fear into faith. We learn to trust in His protection and find peace in His presence. This journey through the dark valleys becomes a testament to our faith and God's enduring love and protection. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how dark things get, we are never truly alone. When we think of comfort and security, the image of a shepherd with his flock often comes to mind. In this context, a shepherd's tools, the rod and the staff, play a crucial role. The rod is used for protection against predators and for guiding the sheep back onto the right path, while the staff offers support and direction. Together, they symbolize the divine guidance and protection that God provides to His followers. This imagery is comforting because it reminds us that we are not alone in our journey. We are constantly under the watchful eye of a loving shepherd who cares deeply for our well-being. The phrase, "your rod and your staff, they comfort me," emphasizes the dual role of these instruments. The rod can be seen as a symbol of discipline. Just as a shepherd uses the rod to correct and guide the sheep, God uses discipline to keep us on the right path. While discipline might not always be pleasant, it is ultimately for our good. It helps us grow and mature, aligning us more closely with God's will. This form of divine correction is reassuring because it shows that God is actively involved in our lives, shaping us for the better. On the other hand, the staff represents support and guidance. When we are weary, the staff offers us something to lean on. It also serves as a tool for direction, helping us navigate through difficult terrain. This aspect of divine guidance is especially comforting in times of uncertainty or hardship. Knowing that we have a divine guide who is both willing and able to lead us through life's challenges provides a deep sense of security. It reassures us that no matter how difficult the journey, we are never alone. Furthermore, the comfort provided by the rod and staff extends beyond mere physical protection. It also encompasses emotional and spiritual well-being. In a world full of uncertainties and dangers, the assurance that we are under divine protection brings peace to our hearts. This peace is not just a fleeting emotion, but a profound sense of security that stems from our faith in God's constant presence and care. It allows us to face life's challenges with confidence, knowing that we are under the watchful eye of a loving shepherd. In summary, the symbolism of the rod and the staff in Psalm 23 offers a rich tapestry of meaning. These instruments represent God's discipline, guidance, and unwavering support. They provide a sense of comfort and security that transcends physical protection, touching our emotional and spiritual cores. By understanding these symbols, we can appreciate the depth of God's care for us, which provides us with the strength and confidence to navigate through life's challenges. The imagery of a banquet table in Psalm 23 is a powerful symbol of God's blessings and prosperity. "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies," suggests a scenario where, despite adversity, God provides abundantly for us. This table is not just any table. It is prepared by God Himself, signifying a level of care and attention that is unparalleled. The presence of enemies highlights the idea that God's blessings are so overwhelming that they cannot be hindered by external circumstances. This serves as a reminder that God's provision is not dependent on our situation, but on His limitless resources and love. The phrase, "my cup overflows," further emphasizes the abundance of God's blessings. An overflowing cup is a powerful image of prosperity, indicating that God's provision is not just sufficient, but superabundant. This imagery reassures us that God does not merely meet our needs, He exceeds them. It speaks to the boundless nature of divine generosity, reminding us that we serve a God who delights in blessing His children lavishly. This overflowing cup symbolizes not just material blessings, but also spiritual and emotional abundance, enriching our lives in every possible way. Moreover, the promise of goodness and mercy following us all the days of our lives is a profound assurance of God's continuous blessing. This promise is not limited to a specific time or situation. It is a lifelong guarantee. Goodness and mercy are like faithful companions that never leave our side, constantly enriching our lives and smoothing our path. This assurance provides a deep sense of security and optimism, knowing that no matter what happens, God's goodness and mercy will always be with us. The idea of dwelling in the house of the Lord forever adds an eternal dimension to these blessings. While God's provision and protection are evident in this life, they are not confined to it. The promise of eternal life with God offers the ultimate form of prosperity. It assures us that the blessings we experience now are just a foretaste of the eternal joy and abundance that await us. This eternal perspective helps us endure present hardships with hope and faith, knowing that our ultimate reward is far greater than we can imagine. In conclusion, the themes of blessings and prosperity in Psalm 23 offer a comprehensive view of God's abundant provision. From the prepared table to the overflowing cup, from the lifelong companions of goodness and mercy to the promise of eternal dwelling with God, these images collectively paint a picture of a life richly blessed by divine generosity. They remind us that God's provision is not limited by our circumstances, but is rooted in His infinite love and resources. This understanding encourages us to trust in God's provision, knowing that He always provides abundantly for His children. Before we wrap up today's exploration of Psalm 23, let's take a moment to reflect on its timeless wisdom. How does "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want" resonate with your life today? Have you ever felt the guiding hand of the shepherd leading you to greener pastures? Think about those moments of peace and restoration. Imagine walking through the darkest valley, yet fearing no evil because you know He is with you. Can you recall a time when you felt protected, even when everything seemed to fall apart? His rod and His staff, they comfort us. As you go about your day, keep this psalm close to your heart. What does it mean to dwell in the house of the Lord forever? How can you bring this sense of divine presence into your everyday life? Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's build a community where faith, prayer, and inspiration lift us all up. And remember, every step you take is under the watchful eye of the shepherd. So what's your favorite verse from Psalm 23? How has it inspired you? Drop a comment and let's continue the conversation. Stay blessed and keep shining your light.